All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 41 of the Your Ultimate Comeback podcast. I almost said the old one. Excited to be here with my co-host, Raquel.
Yes.
How's everything going?
Things are good.
Yeah?
It's Friday. You were just saying it feels like a Friday.
It definitely feels like a Friday.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm very ready for the weekend.
I hear you.
So,
I
perfect.
hear you.
So we thought today we would talk about some of our favorite things.
Yeah.
This is a question that keeps coming up.
Yep.
So we're just going to kind of dive in and discuss our favorite supplements, products, all that kind of
things,
stuff. Places, persons, places, things.
Yeah.
What
I feel like Caesar needs to cue in. These are a few of my favorite things. Can we do that for the audio? Yeah.
Awesome. So I'll let you start.
Okay. I have quite a list, but I'm going to go through. I have sort of an Amazon list, and I have places list, and I have things list. Is that too much?
Are you a lists person?
I love lists. Are you kidding me?
I just want you to know I have no list.
I know. You wing it. You probably, do you make notes on your phone?
No.
I can't do that.
No. I have to write things.
I love writing things down.
But here's my problem. When I write a list, I do everything but the stuff on that list.
What?
I am so bad with lists. Like, they drive me nuts. They just get bigger and bigger and bigger.
How do you do everything but... I love the feeling of crossing something off.
I don't. It doesn't give me any reward.
What?
I don't know. It's weird.
I will,
I
if
have a
I've
problem with
completed
lists.
something, I'll even write it down just to cross it off. I'm not kidding. No lie.
No, I have I use an app called Nosebee. So I kind of have my team on that.
Nosebee.
Yeah, Nozbe.
Okay.
And it's like a task management.
Okay.
So like all the recurring ones, I just put in once, recur it.
Okay.
So once I get something done, I mark off so the team knows
But
I did it.
that's not writing.
I know, because if I write things down, I end up doing everything but the stuff on the list. It drives me nuts.
Really? Okay.
And my list just gets longer and longer and longer. It's the weirdest. It's a weird thing.
No, I get it. Okay, so for me, two products. These are kind of high-end products, but I think super important products that I love, love, love. The Oura Ring. You've heard me talk about that before. They should sponsor us, little old us. Because my Oura Ring is I've had it. Gosh, how many years have I had it? I think I've had two of them now, so it's been several years. It's an investment for sure, but I love that it's very low in EMF, so it's not tons of the magnetic frequency pulsating through your body. It's lower than an Apple Watch and that kind of thing, but it gives you all these metrics that are so huge, and sometimes almost to your detriment, I feel like, because I'll be like, oh God, my readiness dipped. What's going on? That kind of thing. But if you become obsessed like I have with my readiness and my sleep, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It really is. So it'll tell me how many hours I got, how much REM sleep I got, how much deep sleep I got, how many times I was awake during the night. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's been very helpful. And I know you used to use Whoop.
I used Oura Ring as well.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, I've played with them all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But Morpheus is what you like the most now,
Yeah,
right?
trainwithmorpheus.com.
Okay.
It's my favorite one right now.
Okay. But does that do sleep metrics as well?
It does not.
Okay.
No,
okay.
but I like to focus more on the metrics of training, heart rate ranges, and training variables. I'm really trying to push my cardiac output and things like that. The thing I didn't like about the Oura Ring, it doesn't have a real-time heart rate monitor on it.
Which is wild.
Yeah, so I'd always have to put another heart rate on to
yeah.
train with. So that's why I kind of went more towards the Morpheus, because it gives me a lot of good AI built in on millions of data points on how I should be training, what are the right training variables for me, the loads for me, where my heart rate ranges should be, how much time I should spend in those zones.
Yes.
That's why I went to Morpheus.
Right.
And it's also a chest strap based one, which still is the most accurate way to measure heart rate and all that.
Yeah.
So that's why I just chose to wear that one.
Well, you had Quinn do the Whoop, and she's doing that again.
Yeah.
And I think that's really helpful. So that's probably very similar to Oura, right? Because it gives you the sleep and the activity. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. So the thing with training with Morpheus is it'll pull in all the data from other wearables.
Yes. So will Oura.
Yeah, and then that factors into its training recommendations and variables and all that stuff as well. Yeah. So
I think the bottom line is if you can afford one of those, I think it's so great to have one, just so that you know, because there are so many people that I know that say, oh, I'm fine. Yeah. And then they get it and they say, oh,
shit, I'm not fine.
Wow, I'm not fine. Yeah, they're just used to running on autopilot.
Yeah.
And so it's really helped me. And it's helped me, when I'm not totally, it's helped me know when I'm starting to get sick, even,
100%.
things dip.
when you start to track that over periods of time, you can start to see the predictors of, what's coming.
Right.
And then you can begin to also see, what helps you recover from being sick quicker, things like that. You can play with all of it. One quick thing I want to throw out, we're using with your daughter, Quinn. So she's training hard right now, off season, preparing for next season of beach volleyball. And part of her off-season training through her program is a lot of running.
Yeah.
And we have found with her that she has 800-meter repeats as one of the workouts every week. And it absolutely trashes her system.
Yeah, it smokes her.
Which it does most people. When people start really wearing the wearables, they'll realize, those high-intensity HIIT style of workouts, it takes days to recover. Like for this past week, she did the 800s, was having a great day that day, did the 800s, did them well, woke up the next day with 19% recovery.
At 19, so at age 19,
and well conditioned and in really good shape.
Yeah,
just to just validates how hard certain workouts are for different people.
Right.
So for her, those are very hard on her. So, but we can use that data. So the next day, knowing she has a tournament coming in that weekend, we know. Oh, hey, you know what? Okay, today you're going to do this. We're going to cut out this. So like we cut out her plyos. We had her just do an upper body workout. The next day we cut out her plyos. We had her just go for a jog, and then she has a day off. And so it went like 19% recovery. Today she was at 60% recovery.
Wow. Okay.
Tomorrow she should be fully back, and then she rolls in her tournament.
Sure.
Where if we didn't have that data and we just do what most people do and just keep training hard through the whole thing, she would have been an absolute train wreck come her tournament this weekend. And she would have played horrible. The nervous system would have been off, jump would have been off, timing would have been everything would have been off because it's the nervous system that takes a while to recover from a lot of this stuff. But it's your nervous system that affects how you perform. People just don't quite understand all that. They just think, I just got to out-train everyone, train super hard. And I remember the worst advice I ever got was, the day you wake up tired is the day you should go train twice as hard because that's the day your competition goes back to bed. My saying now is, I wish I would have gone back to bed because I took that to heart. And your daughter's the type that if I told her to go, she would have done it. She would drive herself into the ground if a coach tells her to go do that. So that's why I like this type of stuff. Is it really shows, because what I'm learning is it's the ability to recover from the workouts you put yourself through that actually dictates positive response. If you can't recover from them, they're bad workouts. Or if you layer too many of them in a row that you can't recover from, you're just getting worse, not better.
But so many people don't even realize they're not recovering.
Oh yeah, 100%.
They're just saying, "Oh, I'm sore. I love that," and "Oh my gosh, I'm so tired." It's worn like a badge of honor. It really is. And I was that person too.
Me too.
I think we've all been there, and now it's really hard for me to keep my mouth shut when people are talking like that. It's like, come on, you're going to wreck yourself. And again, as we've said in here many, many times, people don't really want to believe it until they're really there.
I just tell people, hey, when you're tired enough and you're sick of feeling like this all the time, or you're drinking 3 energy drinks a day to get through the day, or you're moody and irritable, the worst person to be around, let's have a conversation.
Sure.
Because until then, you're not going to want to hear what I have to say.
You're open to it.
They're open to it at that point. When you can't function as a human being anymore and all you want to do is sleep and you suck to be around and you're tired of it and your sex drive's gone, everything's gone and annihilated, that's usually when people are willing to listen.
Right, for sure.
For all of you that aren't there yet, I'm telling you, you should listen ahead of time. I wish I would have.
Right, same. Well, it's kind of like when you're a teenager and your parents are telling you something and you're like, yeah, and then you grow up and you have kids of your own and you're like, oh my God, they were right. That's 100%. The analogy that I use. It's because that's why I'm super excited. My kid is listening to every single one of these. She went back to your number one.
That's awesome.
Is going in order and, really she is a great student when it comes to this kind of thing. And I think that's awesome that she allows herself to be, okay, I'm not feeling 100% today, so I'm not going to go, completely wreck myself. So I just think that if you can find some sort of, whether it's Oura Ring, the Whoop, the Morpheus, whatever it is that works for you, I think that's great. But if you're going to pay attention to it, is the thing. So all the information is great, but I've known several people that gone, oh, isn't that funny? My readiness is at 39. And you're like, no, it's not really funny.
I remember, so I was a part of this coaching staff for a football team, and we had like a coaches retreat, and I had a bunch of the guys wearing, I think they were all wearing the Whoop at that point. Whoop, because Whoop came in and sponsored the whole team and stuff like that. Cool. And so we're at this coaches retreat, and we're golfing, and we're having our meetings, and then at night we're going out. And I get a text message one morning. My readiness is at 1%.
1?
Am I going to die?
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just so like when you go hard and, you know, and you have some fun and that all has an impact.
Sure.
Yeah. So
it's fascinating though that to see it right in front of you is the thing that's crazy to me. And I really, I mean, I think people may look at me and think, oh yeah. I swear I used to be that freak that overtrained all of the time. And now I am so mindful of it and just really trying to, because I teach the classes that I teach, the way I teach, I think, okay, I can't do too much. You know, yesterday is a great example. I was supposed to double yesterday. I had so much I'm feeling this sense of Quinn is leaving in a month, so we have so much to get done.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling overwhelmed by that. And I also feel this freaking cold coming on that my son gave me, damn it. And I just thought, this isn't going to be good for me. I have stuff to take care of, and I don't need to be doing this. So but people were messaging me like, what's wrong? Are you okay? Are you okay? Yeah. I mean, I think we need to normalize that we're not going to freaking, you know, go in until we drive ourselves, you know, to death, you know. We need to normalize that. And it's, as you've said before, it's not sexy. It's not, you know, it's much more exciting to talk about how you did the 3 or 4 classes and how you live to talk about it. And I'm really trying to, you know, work away from that.
Yeah. I will tell you, it actually is really sexy. People just don't know it. For example, I used to, every year would be part of a group that would help prepare like 10 to 15 college kids for the NFL Combine.
Right.
The first thing these kids received when they showed up was their Whoop band.
Really?
Yeah. It's a super sexy thing in the world of high performance.
Is it? Well,
like heart rate variability, all that.
Right. Because they know they're getting paid to perform well.
Yeah. And it's funny when you're being paid to have a physical performance response, all this shit really matters.
Sure. Yeah.
Like, and they all look incredible. They get incredible results, stellar results.
Yeah.
But when your whole world, that's why Quinn is so dialed in, because she can feel it now. She just feels off when her readiness is down. Like she doesn't perform as well. So what happens when your whole livelihood depends on that? That shit really matters. And they recognize like the correlations that go with it.
Sure.
For those of us who aren't being paid for a physical output scenario, we kind of like, it's not a good KPI. But now you got all the mental, emotional stress, how your brain's working. Like it's pretty crazy how much better the brain works when your HRV starts going up, when your readiness is better. You make less mistakes. You're more focused. You're less emotional. Like it's really cool. But everyone's so disassociated from how they feel, and they just think, I just got to go beat the crap out of myself and suffer and all these things. It's like, that's just...
Well, I think we can't forget that a lot of people use exercise as a coping mechanism.
100%.
So that even if they feel like shit, they're going to go beat themselves up because you get that little feeling of, oh gosh, I'm so glad I got through that. And, you know, maybe they're using that instead of their alcohol at night or
slows
whatever.
The brain down a little bit. I used a lot of it when I was going through really
And
hard
I think
times.
I mean, in this industry, it is so hard to not be that way.
Yeah.
And I've seen it for so long and lived that for so long and thought more is better for so long. And that's why I'm so glad that we're doing this. We're doing God's work, Brad. We really are. No, seriously, because it isn't going to end up well.
Yeah.
It's just not.
100%.
And I, you know, even yesterday I was messaging with a student that was like, are you okay? What's going on? Oh my gosh, now I don't know what to do for my workout. And you know, maybe I'll go here, maybe I'll go there. And I said, when was the last time you took a day off?
Yeah.
And she said, oh, when I went on vacation a month ago. Well, okay. You know, and people really think they're going to backslide in 24 hours. And and I swear, you feel so much better after a day off.
Yeah.
A day of doing nothing.
What I will tell you this, though, is that people that work like that, that just constantly go and constantly push themselves, they do slide backwards when they take a break.
Do you think?
I know. It's called the rebound effect. The body's trying to it's trying to
So then how are you going to
itself.
Convince those people to take a break, Brad?
That's the reality. Like, you should be able to go on a 10-day vacation and enjoy yourself.
Yes.
And your weight should not change.
Really?
If you go on a 10-day vacation and you enjoy yourself, like have some alcoholic beverages, whatever, have food you don't normally eat, a healthy metabolism can handle that. An unhealthy metabolism that's beat to shit will respond very poorly to that.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So it's like that is
like, thank God you're finally chilling out.
I can protect myself from you. Like it's going in to protect, it's trying to layer fat, all those things to protect itself from all the damage you've done to it.
Okay, then how are we going to talk people into really chilling out, Brad?
Well, the reality is, that's the sign that you're in a really bad place.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
We also had the conversation about, I don't get it. I eat super healthy. I do all these things, do all the right things, and I'm the one that gets sick periodically.
Yeah.
And I told you the people that scare me the most are the ones who never get sick.
Yeah.
Because they're so stressed out and they wear a badge of honor. I never get sick.
Right.
And in my head, I'm like, oh, shit. Right? It's yes, you do. You get sick when you finally take a vacation after 5 years. And you're layered out sick. Like just laid out sick.
And then you're blown out
sick.
Yeah,
like you can't even function sick. Yeah. The immune system is suppressed when you're under lots of stress. So it can't activate. Like you should get sick a couple times a year.
Yeah.
That's a healthy person.
Right.
Because your immune system is being active and dealing with the things that are coming in.
Okay,
when it's suppressed and can't deal with it, you're never going to get sick because the body's so freaking out, worried about trying to keep you alive.
All the other things.
That it just suppresses that.
Yeah.
But as soon as that stress goes away, boom, that's when people get super sick or start having problems. I see it a lot. People go through a lot of trauma or like high stress scenarios in life.
Yeah.
The issues show up once the stress goes away. The autoimmune kicks in. Like all these crazy things, the psoriasis, things like that. But like, I'm not stressed out anymore. It's like, okay, well now your body's dealing with everything that it didn't get to deal with while you were stressed out in your mind.
Let me just go back to what I was doing now.
You see it when like people go through like breakups, for example, right? Like they're super stressed, they're in a lot of turmoil, and they'll get super lean, and then they meet the next relationship, and then all of a sudden the weight packs on, and like, what the hell?
Right. Happy weight, we used to call that.
Yeah, that's just that's the body recovering from all the damage that was done to it while you were stressed.
Yeah.
So if you have a lot of response by taking a couple days off of working out or going on vacation, or you never get sick, that's usually a sign that you are living a super high stress lifestyle and your metabolism is getting beat the hell up.
So what's the amount of time, what do you think, how often should someone take a break?
I mean, everybody's going to be a little bit different. Okay. That's why I like the Oura Ring.
To tell you.
It tells you the days you should take off.
Yeah.
It tells you those days that you should
And I think I have a code. I'll have to look. And I think I may have it for 3 or 4 people. I don't know. So the first few people that reach out to me, I think I get a code for it'll give you like $5 off or something stupid. $5 off. I don't know. No, it might be 50. I don't know. But I'll have to look that up to make sure.
I personally think it's a game changer tool. It's the best tool I found over the last 10 years.
Yeah.
So I got on an HRV system 30 years ago.
Did you really?
Yeah, it was like it was like $30,000.
Look at the big brain on Brad.
Yeah, I had no idea what I was doing. I remember as this guy put me on it, I was like strobed up to all these things, like a $30,000, this huge piece of equipment. And he ran all these numbers and told me all this stuff. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
And then fast forward today, it's now to the point where it's a couple $100 wearable.
Right.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. And if I'm correct, as your resting heart rate goes down, your HRV should go up?
Usually, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out, because my ring will yell at me sometimes and say, oh, your HRV is dipped below your usual. I'm like,
Well, so HRV is responding to what's going on in your body. So if HRV goes lower than normal and resting heart rate goes higher than normal, you're overly sympathetic.
Oh, okay.
If the opposite happens and HRV goes higher than normal and resting heart rate goes lower than normal to an extreme, you're now in a parasympathetic state.
Okay.
And when you're in the sympathetic state, you're like in a heightened, almost like anxious state.
Sure.
When you're in the parasympathetic overload state, your body you're stressed and tired. Like you can't focus, you can't do anything. Your body is trying to force you into a deep recovery state. So it's just shutting you down at that point.
Right. Right.
So the HRV, it's slow moving over time. It's really hard to get the HRV to go. Yeah. It takes a long time and especially a lot of low level aerobic activity, sleeping well, eating well to get that thing to trend up over time. Right. But there's a lot of correlation to HRV and longevity. There's also a lot of correlation to VO2 max and HRV levels and longevity. Right. So it's a really valuable tool.
Yeah. I have noticed that my resting heart rate tends to hover around 55, I think. But if I eat if I eat too close to the time I go to bed, it's like 61. Yeah. And my ring yells at me a little bit. Like, oh, did you eat something heavy before,
Yeah. It's your digestion kicking in and having to go to work.
Yeah. So, I mean, in a perfect world, I would love to eat 2 hours before I go to bed, and I go to bed early. Yeah. But it doesn't always work that way.
Yeah. Another interesting thing, food sensitivities can trigger an elevated heart rate. That's one of the ways you can kind of tell.
Oh, interesting.
It's a really hard way to track. Yeah. But if you eat a food you're
sense.
sensitive to, it'll lead to down the road to a higher than normal spike in heart rate.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't remember who does it, but I remember researching a tool that kind of focused in on that aspect. Okay. Yeah.
One more thing about things that do metrics is 8 sleep is my other favorite. Yeah. It's the cooling bed. I had to kind of talk my husband into that, but he likes to be warm in the bed and I do not. So we can have 2 separate sides. My side is like I'm lying on a bed of ice and his side is warm. But then he kicks his legs out, which is so weird. It's like, you're not even in the bed, you weirdo. But I love this thing. And my only negative about it is if it goes offline, if the internet goes out, then I wake up sweating. I'm dying. But, I sleep with a fan on. I sleep with the bed very, very cold. That has been a game changer. I think you said you sleep with chili pad, right?
Yeah, I like the chili pad. Yeah. Same. It was the first version of all this stuff.
Right. Now, I was looking for that. I don't know why I couldn't find it on Instagram, but that's something you can put on any mattress, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a sheet. It goes over top your mattress, under your sheets, and it circulates the water through.
See, I love
cool
that.
It off. Yeah.
So that might even be a more economical way for people to get it if they're not in for the whole bamboozle.
Yeah, it's still around $1,000.
Okay, but that's less than the
for
bed
for a single side. Yeah, it's definitely cheaper than the 8 sleep.
Yeah. Okay.
So, that was. I think that stuff's really valuable.
Yeah. Well, it made such a difference when I went through menopause.
Yeah.
To have the ability to cool my bed down, and as you talked about, you want the room dark and you want the room cool, and it's really hard to get someone on board with the room being, what did you say, 62 degrees?
I think it was like 64 point something.
Okay, that's very low.
Yeah, the research shows the brain needs to cool down to sleep deep.
Yeah. So I have the fan blaring on my face when I'm sleeping, and that helps too.
Yeah, and you'll see with like Oura Ring Whoop like that's tracking the sleep. You get better and longer deep sleep when you cool the body off.
Yeah.
You can see the correlating factors on how things are impacting your sleep with those things.
And another thing with it is people will say, "Oh, well, I don't dream." Well, it'll show you. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. It'll show it you right there.
Yeah, you just don't remember.
Yeah,
usually.
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to comment on that, or I was just going to go continue? Tell me something else.
Keep rolling.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I talk a lot more than you sometimes. Okay, you okay?
So I have you on the show.
Okay. Okay, so now I'm on to places that I love, and one of which is the Fermentation Farm in Costa Mesa.
So good.
Which most of them know me by name over there because I am there 3 to 4 times a week for sure, and I buy bone broth there. They make bone broth. I eat there a lot. Their food is great. None of it is made with seed oils. It is all very clean. The food is incredible. They have slow fermented sourdough bread, or long fermented, they call it. So for even some people that have, not celiacs, but have, gluten sensitivity, it's usually okay for those people. They make the most amazing sourdough pancakes that I have ever had. They are so good. But I get raw butter from there, raw cream from there, all the things. And if you're a big kombucha fan, they have all of these kombuchas on tap. But it's an amazing place. Yeah. And I mean, I can't say enough about it. They're great. They're expanding to, I want to say it's San Juan Capistrano, a bigger one. This one is on Victoria. And
Costa Mesa.
Yeah. And it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
And you've been there. I finally got you to go over there.
Yeah,
and you
so
loved
good.
You loved the chili.
Oh, the grass-fed chili was unreal.
Yeah. Everything is so yummy there.
Yeah.
It's the first red meat that I started eating after 30 years.
Love it.
Yeah. So that place is amazing.
Yeah. It's right next to Bob White's karate studio.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to train Bob White before he passed away. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Wow. Everything is connected.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it is. And that little center is really up and coming. Because the other place I love so much is Philip Buttercup. Shout out Jamie that I've been trying to get in this chair right here. And she's scared to do it. And I don't know why, but I said, come on, it's just going to be fun. We're just going to talk. But her place is all sustainable stuff. It's refill, all clean products for cleaning your home, for, facial skincare, body skincare, all the products. And I have changed in fact, when I clean the house, all the stuff I use from there, I do. So it's, all my laundry detergent, my, even down to my dishwasher pods, all the things. And I love that I can get a refill. So I've used this container and I go back and I just get a refill of everything. And it's pretty incredible. I haven't gotten you over there, but it's amazing. Yeah. But in your book, there's a chapter about taking some toxins out of your life.
They say our biggest exposure to toxins this day and age is in our own house.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all the chemicals we're putting on our body and all the things we're cleaning our houses with, using around the house.
Right.
When I wrote my book, none of this stuff existed.
Yeah.
I had to dig all over the internet to find sources, and I sourced them all in the book.
Yeah.
But now you can find it all over the place. So I'm a Huge fan of that stuff.
Yeah. And what's cool about Jamie's store, this Philip Buttercup, is that she has a link on her website so you can find out if a product that you use has harmful ingredients in it. And that goes for makeup, and that goes for all these different things. And, it's things that we don't think about.
Yeah.
Is this an endocrine disruptor? Is this something that's, not, all the not so great things?
There's an app that does that too called Think Dirty.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can scan the barcodes of every product and see safe or dangerous, if it's endocrine disruptor.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know about that. I need to find that one.
Yeah, It's called Think Dirty. It's a horrible. The only reason it sticks in my head is because when I would travel and speak a lot, I would talk about it.
Yeah.
And guys would they'd get in trouble. Like, what's this Think Dirty app on your phone? I'm like, oh my gosh, right? So it always stuck in my head.
Oh my God,
yeah, so
that's funny. Yeah, actually,
it's by the Environmental Working Group.
Okay,
I think is who came up with the app.
Yeah,
yeah.
My whole thing is I've said this before. Stack the deck in your favor. Do as much as you can do to eliminate the crap in your life that is not beneficial.
Yeah.
And as I age, this becomes tantamount.
Yeah.
And, we are going to all pick and choose certain things that that's a non-negotiable. I still have to do that. I'm still going to do that. Is it coloring your hair? Is it like you, Brad? You color your hair a lot. No, I'm just kidding. No, coloring your hair. Is it I'm still getting gel nails. Is it whatever it is? We have our things that we pick and choose. So why not eliminate the stuff that you really aren't going to miss?
Yeah.
Because I think if you find, that's one thing Shelby used to say is, if I tell someone to take something out, I'm going to find something to replace it for them. Yeah. And I think that's really helpful. So I think we'll link their addresses there. I would love to get the Fermentation Farm peeps on to come in and chat with us. That would be very cool.
Yeah.
All right, you're up, or I'm just going to keep rattling.
I'm up. I want to share a source. A lot of people, when they come to, they've been hurt by something, or like, who should they go see? And I want to talk about a group called the Link Medical Group, Dr. Jason Amstutz and Dr. Andrew Adams.
Nicolette's hubby, right?
Yeah. These men are insane.
I see them at Fermentation Farm all the time, by the way.
I'm telling you, there is no one in Orange County that are as equipped to healing the body as these two. And people tell me all the time, oh, I have my chiropractor. I'm like, no, you don't.
Okay.
Like, and there have been times I told people, I'll pay for this.
Wow.
I'll pay for you to go to prove to you how good it is.
Yeah.
And if it was worth your time, pay me back. If it wasn't, I'll cover it.
Yeah.
I've never had someone go there and be like, you're covering that. That sucked.
Really?
Yeah. They're so good. For example, they take care of the San Francisco 49ers. They just got brought on to Stanford football.
Wow.
They're really big in the world of professional athletes.
Nice.
All my professional athletes see these guys. It is. They're more of osteopaths than they are the chiropractors by trade, but they've actually become osteopaths.
Okay.
It is. I have seen them do the most miraculous things on people. Like,
really?
I can't tell you how many times somebody's come and said, "I have to have surgery. I have no other option." I'm like, okay, go see these guys.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I'm better after one treatment.
What?
Yeah, because it wasn't like, I remember one time in a football game, I saw our star quarterback. He kind of took a shot to the goods. He comes running off the field, and he's like, "Oh man, And like literally like ran all the way across the field, and he was more worried about the shot he took to the goods.
Yeah.
And then like 5 minutes later, look over, and he's in excruciating pain in his ankle, and the orthopedic surgeon's looking at his foot, and he's like, "It's broken."
What?
And I went up, I'm like, "Whoa, I just watched that kid run across the field, worried about the shot he took to the goods.
Yeah.
If you have a broken ankle, you're not doing that."
Yeah.
He's like, "Well, no, it's broken. He's done." And it was like, the next game was the state championship game.
Oh, man.
So I talked to the coach and the parents. I'm like, just send them over to Dr. Jason. And literally, like, everyone's freaking out that their season's over, going into the biggest game of the year.
Right.
Monday afternoon, he comes running out to football practice, totally fine.
Wow.
A bone was misaligned in his foot.
Wow.
Ankle wasn't broken. So it's like these, and they put it right back in.
Wow.
My kids get treated by these guys.
Wow. Where are they located?
They're located in Newport Beach, over by...
We're going to have to get this down.
Yeah, it's over by the airport.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, kind of by that little executive golf course, Newport Beach Golf Course or whatever. They're right over in that area.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'll link their website so everybody can see on it. But
love that.
These are the two that I swear by, especially if you're hurt.
Yeah.
Like, if you're hurt and you don't see any options, I always tell people, go see these guys first before you choose the option of surgery or whatever else it's supposed to be.
That's awesome.
Because the things I've experienced with these, like, they are my hidden secret for anybody that gets hurt. So
that's great.
And we're talking, like, my golfer uses these guys. The golfer I train, Brady Steele. I've been training him now for 12 years.
Wow.
And he's only missed one round of golf to any type of injury.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Wow.
And there's been some times he's like, I think I'm done. And he goes over there and they fix him up. Wow. Yeah. Like they're that good.
That's amazing.
And to play that much golf at the professional level for 12 years, I mean, now he's on live golf, so the volume's less. But that's a lot of rounds of golf to not miss.
How old is he?
He's 40, early 40s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're really powerful.
That's incredible.
Yeah. They're worth, they charge more than the majority of everybody else, but it's worth every penny.
Yeah.
Because literally, a lot of times it's just one treatment and you're better. Sometimes it's a couple.
That's so wild.
Yeah, so I'm a huge advocate, and I'm a little scared to share this because it's already hard to get in to see them.
Oh, right, yeah.
But
mention Brad and
yeah, if my son or daughter gets hurt, I'm taking your spot.
Now, so they primarily work with athletes.
No, they work with everyone. Like I had a client that tore her. Here's another example. She tore her ACL. I said, you got to go see these guys. She's like 12 weeks ahead of recovery schedule. Wow. Like it's phenomenal. You wouldn't even know she had a torn ACL a few months ago.
So no surgery?
No, she had surgery.
Oh, okay, got it.
But then they took over and did her rehab post-surgery.
Okay.
And you see her now, like if you saw me train her, you would be like, there's no way that woman tore her ACL 6 months ago. Wow. Like it's to the point now I'm like, wait a minute, which one was it?
Oh,
like,
wow.
Luckily she has like little pinpoint scars, so I can know which one it is.
Yeah.
But that's how good they are. They're phenomenal.
Okay. I love that.
So they're my best hidden secret in Orange County for when people are hurt. I know, not anymore, but
that's good though.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, but that is my one rule: if my son or daughter gets hurt and needs treatment, I get your spot.
Right, absolutely. That's absolutely. They're flagged on your.
Yeah,
I love that.
I hope you hear that, Dr. Jason and Dr. Adams.
Yes.
Somebody that heard about it from us.
Yeah.
My kid gets in.
Right on. Right. How long have you been seeing them?
So Dr. Jason and I started together in 2004.
Oh, okay.
So when he was finishing chiropractic school, he was the first chiropractor I had at the old gym Stark.
Yeah.
So he basically helped me start Stark before it was Stark.
Got it.
So he was there and progressed and through the whole Stark thing with me. He left Stark a year or two before I did.
Okay.
Yeah. So
and then went on his own and did his own thing.
broke off his own and doing all his thing now. Okay. So he and I have grown up together great. In this world of fitness and performance and all that stuff. So I've got to watch his evolution over time, and it's been unreal.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yep. So still to this day, he's my guy.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay, now you're doing some like really good ones, and I'm doing some kind of superficial ones, but that's okay, right? My next one is the skincare that I use, and that is Code of Harmony, and it's CBD derived skincare. I love it. Janet is the person that began this company, and I've literally been using her products and only her products since she was making it out of her kitchen. And it used to be called Skin Chef. And then she changed to, oh my gosh, I'm blanking on the second name. Anyway, it doesn't matter because it's not that anymore. It's Code of Harmony. She does the most amazing facials and use all of her products, and I swear by her products. The CB, it's so calming on the skin. It's amazing. I've had people say, oh, your skin looks so great. Other than the sun damage that I've done to it, she had nothing to do with it. I think that I've done pretty well because of her. And she's also only what Quinn uses too. And she's really helped Quinn with her skin. And she's just amazing. I can't say enough about her. Every so often she does some promos so you can get, a little, I've turned on several people to her.
Yeah.
I really have, and her great stuff. I'll have to have her come in sometime, maybe give you a facial or something on air. You might like it. Have you ever had a facial?
I have. I had it once.
Once. Did you like it or not like it?
It was an interesting experience.
I would think you would like all the massage part of it.
Yeah, I mean, it was nice.
Yeah.
It was just different.
Yeah.
So remember Eric McGrath?
Yeah.
So he's part of I can't remember the name of their company here, but they do all that stuff.
They do facials also?
They do facials. Wait, it's right over there by so he helps he's partnered up with a lady that does it. He kind of helps her with the business side of it and all that. Yeah,
I'm like, wait a minute, at Bold you get facials?
No. I don't know if he helps her run the business side of it.
Okay, got it.
And I think they're partners somehow that way.
Okay.
It's right over there by Coffee Dose, the off of Irvine Boulevard.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so when I went in, he's like, you got to come in and get a facial. I'm thinking the whole time, like, this dude is going to mess with me somehow, some way.
Oh, no.
So I was just kind of waiting, like, okay, like, where's the camera? Like, what's going on?
Right.
So I didn't fully, like,
you didn't
relax and
let your
as much as I
guard
should have.
down.
Yeah. It was a cool experience.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So that, and then also I have to mention my nail girl, Susie Norfolk. She is, when I was in search of, okay, I'm trying to eliminate all of the things that I can that I know are toxic, one of which was I was dyeing my hair every 3 weeks. And that's a lot. And that's a lot of stuff creeping into your skin, right? Yeah. So I stopped dyeing my hair and I'm just kind of going with it. Now it's not as gray as I hoped it would be, actually. Because it kind of looks cool if it's salt and pepper, and it's just kind of like what's going on, but whatever. But I found this girl, Susie, when I was in search of clean nail products, because a lot of them have so much crap in them, so much. And I was doing gel nails and gel toes, actually, because my feet are on display since I teach yoga all the time. And I was doing it like every 2 weeks, and my nails were a mess, and my toes were a mess, and I thought, gosh, I need to find something. And I found out about Dazzle Dry is this product that she uses, and it is a game changer. You have glossed over in how you're looking at me right now because you're like, this does not apply to me at all. But it's amazing, and I get the most amazing manicures and pedicures now. And you might say, what's so exciting about it? Well, what's so exciting is it is regular nail polish that dries in 5 minutes, and that is not a lie because I've put shoes on afterwards. And it lasts for 7 to 10 days, just the nail polish. That is unheard of. Yeah. And her pedicures last so long. So I don't have to, she's a little more expensive than if you go to a chop shop, but everything lasts so much longer. So I love, love, love her.
That's great.
Yeah. Okay. So enough of
I probably won't visit
you
her.
Probably won't. Hey, but you might really like a pedicure from her. Or is that right there with the facials as well?
Yes, I don't know.
Yeah. Now, if you're going to do something self-care, what would it be?
Get a massage.
Okay. So you like a nice massage.
Yeah.
Okay.
I grew up in the country. The whole pedicure,
I get
manicure
that. Totally.
thing.
You're not going to manscape and all that stuff.
No.
Okay. But if you're going to do a massage, what kind of massage would you do?
So I have, and I'm going to share this one because you can't find him anywhere.
Well, then that's not good.
Yeah. No, if people want his information, they can reach out to us and I'll give it to him. But,
okay, got it.
He's another one of kind of my secret weapons.
Gosh, you've got a lot of secrets.
Yeah. You find someone good.
Yeah, you don't want to tell too many people.
Yeah, because then all of a sudden it's super hard to get into him. His name is Eric Rodriguez.
Okay, wait. Did Quinn see him?
I think so. Yeah, in Long Beach.
Oh, no. Okay.
Well, he may have come to your house. He does house calls in Newport
No, but
as well.
Is this a guy? Go ahead. I'm curious.
So anyways, he's one of the most incredible therapeutic massage people I've ever met in my life. I met him through Dr. Christy Collier, was an old chiropractor I used to work with.
Okay.
We're talking probably 25 years ago.
Whoa.
And he's still the best I've ever experienced in that realm of like therapeutic. It is not a fun experience. Okay.
That's what I was going to ask you. It's not Swedish massage. He's getting down and dirty.
He's going to fix things.
Okay.
It's very therapeutic.
Okay.
But I used him when I was bobsledding. I've used him for years. I mean, I was bobsledding in 2006, 2007. Okay. So it's been a long time because I knew him for years before that. He's still to this day the best like therapeutic massage therapist I've ever met. He's based out of Long Beach. Mm-hmm. That's where his office is.
So is my facialist. So you can do a twofer.
God. But he will come. He comes to Newport once or twice a week and works on a bunch of clients I work with out here and stuff. So if I'm going to do it, I like to have a purpose behind it versus just getting lathered up and fall asleep and drool. I mean, I do those every once in a while, but
sleep and drool.
Yeah.
So you have to be hurting before you get it, is what you're saying.
Typically, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't.
So is this the guy that you went to? If I recall, someone you saw that he would spend 30 minutes and like would fix you. That's a different thing we're talking about? No, do you remember that?
He's one of those. He's that guy.
Okay.
Yeah. He's really good at like if it's a muscular thing, he's really good at therapy, like fixing it from a standpoint. He loves to tell stories about how much of a wuss I am on his table. When people go see him, they notice that they know me.
Right.
But it's the best pain I've ever experienced because I know the next day I'm going to be feeling better.
Other than the hot candle wax you like have dripped on. That's another story.
Yeah, he doesn't use that on me, so we're good there.
Okay. So give us an example of what he's fixed on you.
So like I remember back when I was bobsledding, there'd be days on the I'd come back and think I'm never moving again.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I just ruined myself. 'Cause
Right.
it's a super violent sport.
Yeah.
And I go in and see him, and the next day I'd be back to normal.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it an hour? What I mean, is it hands-on?
It depends on. It could be 30 minutes to 90 minutes.
Okay.
Depends on what he's dealing with. He's so good. Like so, when I would work with my combine guys, he would always come in every week and work on all those guys. So most of my pro athletes love to have him work on it because he's strong. So if you're big, he can get into you.
Okay.
He works on a ton of women. He's just really good across the board. He's really good with like scar tissue. So people have had plastic surgeries and there's scar tissue issues. The doctors will bring him in to work on with that stuff. And he's just super fun, really nice guy.
Nice.
Loves to joke around. Our daughters ended up playing on the same club volleyball team randomly.
Oh, how funny.
Yeah, didn't realize it. And I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, what are you doing here?
That's actually handy.
Yeah, it was great. So he's really good.
Awesome.
Yeah, his name's Eric Rodriguez. If
Okay.
you want his information, just reach out to us.
Okay,
And just on social media or whatever.
Right,
Well,
right.
we have a new social media IG page,
Yes,
Instagram
we do.
page.
Tell them.
Yeah. What do we call it?
At your ultimate comeback.
Oh, yeah.
All one word.
Yeah. Just send us a direct message on that if you want his information, and I'll connect you with him.
And tell your friends. We're trying to get it past, I think we've got 65 followers right now.
We just started
I
it.
know we did. Literally.
Yeah, but he's phenomenal for
Cool.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I'm honestly this day and age, if I'm gonna relax, I'm going out to Marietta Hot Springs.
Oh, yeah.
And I run the gym out there, help with that, but it's the resort side that has all the mineral hot springs, the cold plunges, the saunas.
Yeah.
That's my favorite place to go decompress,
Yeah.
relax, and help with recovery.
Yeah. I still want to do that. Quinn's taking her boyfriend for his birthday.
They're gonna love
on
it.
Sunday. Yeah.
It's so good. All the minerals in the hot springs are so good for bringing down inflammation and healing. I sleep so good on the nights I would go out there for a couple hours. And so that's if I'm gonna go relax,
that's a place to
I
do
got to
it.
get away from home to go do it.
That makes sense.
And that's where I like to go. I'll go out there for half a day every once in a while.
And people can do a day pass there.
Yeah, they have
right?
day passes.
Okay.
Yeah. They're a little less than right around $100, maybe a little cheaper.
Okay. We should have a code for that too.
Yeah.
Maybe we can work on that.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
Yeah. Get people to go. We want to have eventually a retreat there.
100%.
Yes. We're working on that. That's in the works.
Yeah, that'll be kind of a full encompassing get your yoga, your training, you learn how to use recovery. It's all based around nutrition out there. The rooms are geared up for perfect sleep.
Oh, I love that.
It's phenomenal. That's kind of the whole ethos of that place is dynamic activity, rejuvenation, nutrition, and sleep.
Right.
So it's the perfect place to have something like that.
Can't wait.
Can't wait to load those up. It's going to be awesome. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Okay. Any products? Because I have 3 that I'm just going to spit out.
Like supplement products?
Supplements, a product, item, something that you can't live without.
Yeah. For me, it's Thorne magnesium bisglycinate.
That's your number one. If you could only have one thing, it would be that.
Yep.
Okay.
Just all the research shows it's such a valuable thing for humans to take in. Our food supply is very depleted in it.
Yeah.
And if you exercise a lot, sweat a lot, sleep a lot, you're probably deficient in it. And so the power that it has is incredible. So,
I need to try it again because I still haven't. Remember, it jacked me up the first time I tried it?
Yeah, I think you might have been allergic to it or something. Which you had a really random experience.
No, it just made me wired instead of calming me down. So you said to try and take it earlier in the day.
So typically what happens is that if someone takes it and they get wired, it means their magnesium levels are super low.
Okay.
And so that's usually you take it before bed. But if that happens, you want to take it first thing in the morning, and then eventually over time, once your levels get higher, it'll start calming you down, and then you would shift to the evening time.
Okay.
So I don't know how many days you tried it in the morning, but
I kind of gave up before once I did it. That was like, oh my god! So I need to try it in the morning.
Okay,
again.
I thought you would start shifting
no,
it, and you're still having
I
the
was freaked out.
responses.
So I need to just try it again. I just need to do morning probably.
Yeah, do morning for a while because
Okay.
that is a class, which would make sense because of how much you sweat.
Right.
With all your classes in the heat, it would make sense that you could be that deficient.
Okay.
Because you're training hard and you're sweating a ton.
Right.
So that could lead to pretty low.
Even though
levels.
I'm trying not to do a lot of doubles anymore.
But you're still sweating a ton.
Okay.
The damage has been done prior. Because
course.
you've never reloaded on magnesium.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And our food quality is super deficient in it. So
yeah.
That could be an issue there.
Okay.
That's the one common supplement I use across the board with people.
And that's a powder, so it's easy. You can put it in anything.
Yeah, even my little boy drinks it, loves it, and he's super picky with stuff. So it tastes good.
Yep.
And again, I like the Thorne products because of their quality, and I got to see their labs and how it was all tested. And so I know it's safe. I know what's in the products in the product. I know whoever I'm working with, if they're being drug tested, I never have to worry about it. That's why I like that product line.
Okay. My 3 are all available on Amazon. So I think I got the Thorne off Amazon too.
Oh, yeah,
so maybe
you
we
can-
should do
you can find
an
Thorne.
Amazon store. We should link is what we should do.
We can get people access to Thorne from the Thorne account.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just to make sure that
yes,
it is
they're getting it.
authentically
Yes,
Thorne.
okay, perfect. Great idea. My 3 that I like are all sleep items. One is the Nordic Naturals melatonin gummies they don't have sugar in them. They're just 1.5 milligrams of melatonin. I love those. The PQ wax earplugs that are little. They look like you get a package of, I want to say it's like 20. You open them up. They're little wax, not balls, but they're in a little cylindrical shape. And then you warm them up in your hands, make a little ball, and then shove them into your ears. And they are, Quinn actually told me about those because she started using it at college. Those are amazing, game changer. And the MZ200 or MZ00, whatever that is, sleep mask. So I can link all that stuff from Amazon. I use that sleep mask because I don't have blackout curtains. You've talked about those being important. And so between my fan, my bed, my melatonin, my sleep mask, and my earplugs, I'm good to go. And that way, if hubby's snoring, it's not too bad.
Don't hear a thing.
Well, I wouldn't say I don't hear a thing.
Yeah.
But I've got him on mouth tape. I do. I do. He hates it, but I've got him on it. It makes a difference in his snoring.
Yeah.
100%.
I've heard a lot of, I've tried different types of mouth tape.
Yeah.
I always take it off in the middle of the night.
That's what he does too, I think. But,
yeah. I don't know. I don't remember doing it.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, where'd it go?
There's some I do want to try that has a hole in the middle that's still taped over. So it's not the X. It's just got a little, so you can see. I think that I tried it before. It freaks you out a little bit at first.
Yeah, it's hard to get used to at first.
Yeah. It's like, holy shit, I can't breathe.
Yeah.
Even though we can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So, yeah.
I think there isn't really a whole lot that I live or die on anymore. I think because I'm always testing things and playing with things. Mm-hmm. The Morpheus is the one thing that I consistently use. I just like that. Mm-hmm. The magnesium I consistently take. Oh, I consistently take creatine as well.
Okay.
I use the Thorne creatine.
Okay.
There's just such good research around that for maintaining muscle mass, cognition support. Mm-hmm. Those are the two that I
really like.
Yeah, I consistently take those.
Yeah.
How I use supplementation is all needs dependent with my clients as well.
Yeah.
It's just retesting every month and then switching it up.
Yeah.
Because you do adapt to supplementation very quickly. So you gotta change it up a
Tweak
lot.
It. Yeah. That makes sense.
I don't think it's pretty hard to stay on something for like long term and have long term benefit from it. The body just kind of adapts to it and the stimulus is gone.
Good.
Yeah. So that's yeah.
I think we should wrap up with what your favorite meal would be.
Healthy meal or unhealthy
meal? No, either. Let's let the listeners get to know us better. What was your very favorite? Well, as my husband likes to call it, your death row meal.
I don't even know if it's around anymore. But when I lived in Laguna Beach, it was a Husky Boy hamburger. There was this there's a little drive-through off PCH.
I know exactly. I think they're a coffee place now.
Yeah, I think they're gone. But it was the best hamburger I've ever consumed in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
What made it so good?
I don't even know.
Huh.
I can't even explain it.
Okay.
There's a good burger and then there's the Husky Boy burger and it was unreal.
Okay, I do remember that place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when I lived down there decades ago. Oh my gosh. Once a week that was like my cheat night dinner.
Now, why does that have to be a cheat night? Burger, no problem. Or you just mean you want all the stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It was not a healthy version of a burger.
I got you. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. So if I could have one of those again, that would probably be it.
Okay.
So good.
Yeah. All right.
Feel like hell afterwards, but so worth it.
Well, yeah. I mean, certain times you're just gonna lean into that, right?
100%.
Yeah. Gosh, I don't even know what mine is. I love Folks Pizza.
Oh, that's really good.
Folks Pizza is amazing.
I only had it once, but that was really good.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's over in the camp, and it has they do the slow fermented, I guess, so it's sourdough crust.
Yeah.
So for people that are just gluten sensitive, a lot of people can handle it. I love it because it's got that thick crust around the outside and super thin. My husband doesn't care for it. He's like a DiGiorno guy.
Yeah.
Seriously, he would go get a frozen pizza and think that's better, which is weird, but whatever. But that thick edge, super thin pizza. Oh my gosh, their margarita pizzas is chef's kiss. It's so good, and they have really good meatballs too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
All right. So those are our things for now.
Yeah.
I think this was a fun one.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. Lots of different stuff, and we should have people ask us questions if they had a question about like what's your favorite color, what's your astrology, your astrological sign, Brad. the viewers want to know.
Is that Aquarius? Is that the astrology? The right?
You are Aquarius.
I'm an Aquarius.
Yes, you are, because you and my mother have the same birthday.
Do we really?
You do.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
So I know. Yeah.
Your mom's pretty damn cool.
So I will never forget your birthday for that
Your
reason.
mom is pretty damn cool.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
And next week, Miranda's on.
Can't wait.
I know. It's going to be a good one. There will be a big box of Kleenex for me, and I'm going to wear a waterproof mascara that day.
I love it.
Yeah.
And then the week after that, we were kind of going back and forth on topics today. I really want to have the conversation around middle-aged women and helping them lose weight. And all the misunderstandings about the cardio stuff and the HIIT training stuff.
Okay.
And like what's happening to them when they do all that stuff. Right. It doesn't even have to be middle-aged women. It can be mostly women in general. We'll say women in general because there's a specific response that happens from all the cardio and eating less.
Yeah.
And it's why women, when they go hard, they'll lose some in the beginning and then they hit that plateau.
Yeah.
And there's reasons behind it. And there's so much manipulation that's happened going after the emotional side of things on women to scare them out of what they really need.
Yeah.
So I just want to do a deep dive into that.
So that'll be different than the one we did on weight loss after 40.
Yeah, it's going to be a little different. It's going to be focused. It's going to be really focused on women.
Okay.
Because the more I just talk to them and hear their struggles and their fears, and it's like, okay, I want to just deep dive into an explanation of, here's why we recommend lifting weights. Here's why it's so good. Here's why we recommend lifting weights, eating more protein. Here's why we disassociate from or are negative around lots of cardio, lots of HIIT training, and lower calorie intakes.
Yeah. And again, you can do those things sometimes, just not 5 or 6 days a week.
Yes, but we'll get into it. We'll get deep dive into it.
He's like, don't say that.
No, because here's the reality. When you go and you do a bunch of cardio, that doesn't revolve around lifting weights and emphasis on getting stronger. Yes, you burn more calories.
Air quotes.
And yes, you will lose weight. But studies are showing within that weight loss, especially if you cut calories,
body composition,
50% of that weight loss has been your muscle mass. Ooh. And muscle mass is the most metabolically active. Yes. And then as that starts to happen, your body begins to slow the metabolism down.
Okay.
And you begin to move less. Right. And that's why you hit that plateau. Yeah. And then the only answer is, well, now I got to cut back my calories even more. I got to do more cardio. And you just burn yourself out to a state where now it gets to a point where you just can't take it anymore and you stop. Yeah. And that damn rebound effect comes. Okay. And we want to avoid all that. There's a much easier way to go about it. Right. But the industry has scared the shit out of women with the right way to go about it.
Right.
Because they think they're going to get big and jacked.
Yeah. Yeah.
They think it's super easy to put a bunch of muscle on because you have people saying, oh, you shouldn't lift more than 3 pounds if you're a woman. Fuck that. I just want women to understand, here's the better route. I watch it and witness it day after day after day.
For sure.
And yes, it's scary for women because of all the lies and come out and say, hey, if you just lift weights 3 times a week for about 45 minutes and that's it. Yeah. And then go for a walk here and there, you're going to get way better results than having to go over here 6 days a week, twice a day and bust the shit out of yourself and starve yourself and all those things. Right. We like extremes. So this world over here, if you got to go effing hard and you got to sacrifice, and it's kind of sexy because it's extreme. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And what happens, you get initial big weight loss, and then you hit the plateau. Yeah. This way over here, it's slower, more consistent, but it just takes longer. Right. But it stays off and it keeps going up. And I just really want to explore that. Yeah. And explore the misconceptions. For a woman to get big and muscular, you probably, one, you got to do steroids. But two, if you choose not to do steroids and you still want to try to get big and bulky, you got to lift super heavy a lot and you got to eat so much damn food. It's not fun. Yeah, yeah. Just ask any man trying to get bulky that's not on steroids. Sure. It's hard as shit. Yeah. And they have a lot more anabolic hormone, testosterone around that. But we've had all these little women scare the shit out of women. They say, oh, you shouldn't lift heavy. Right. It's like, that woman's going to look that way no matter what the hell she does. It doesn't matter. Yeah. And half the time you often wonder, I wonder, what are you doing outside your program? Because I've met a lot of teachers that coach classes. Yeah. And they say the biggest struggle they have is that that's not what they do to look how they look. Sure. Yeah. Like they're doing something different to look how they look, but then they're coaching this classes telling the people, oh, you'll look like me if you do this. No, you won't, because that's not what they do. Yeah. So I just want to explore what we've seen really work for the females at any age. Yes. There's a much better way to go about it. And I just feel like it's time to do a deep dive into that. Sounds good. To help women understand, here's how you get that lean, healthy look that's sustainable, that's a more enjoyable life. to where you actually get to eat more food and do the things you love without sacrificing so much.
And feeling good.
Yeah. So so after we have Miranda in, I really like to jump into that and just kind of deep dive on it. Because I think having a good explanation around that will really help.
Yeah.
It's probably not going to change a lot of women's minds, but at least it's in there.
Sure.
And as they're struggling over here on the left and
planting
feeling miserable,
planting a seed. Mm-hmm.
They can start to think like, oh, there is a better option. Or maybe there is another option to try.
I think you'd be surprised. I've had many people reach out to me and say that a lot of what we talk about, they are taking to heart.
Good.
And I've had people say that they've made changes in their own programs.
Awesome. Yeah. That is awesome. Because I see so many people working out so much harder than you and I.
Yeah.
And not getting any return on it.
Right.
And I can go have a Husky Boy hamburger and not pay the price. I can go on vacation for 10 days because of what I'm doing over here.
Yes.
That's the other thing they don't realize. The more muscle mass you have, the more that muscle is trained, the less impactful the vacation is going to be on the body. The less impactful the Husky Boy hamburger is going to be on the body.
Sure.
But you do it on the other side, and you're screwed.
Yeah.
Like the body's just looking for ways to hold on to things to try to protect itself from all the damage that's happening.
Right.
But most people get addicted to that initial weight loss. But it was bad weight loss.
Yeah.
And then the plateau hits because the metabolism slows. And I just want to help women avoid that or recover from that.
Sure.
And that's what I want to explore.
Perfect.
You
didn't just blow your wad right there, did you? We have a lot more to talk about.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I didn't get into any detail.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute. Is he parlaying this into a second episode?
No.
Caesar, hour number 2.
No. We're good. That was just an overview of what I really want to dive into and
Love
why.
That.
I'm super passionate about it.
I can tell.
I'm tired of the lies and the bullshit.
Yeah. Yep.
And I don't have the emotional attachment to it all.
Yeah.
I've just seen it as looking in as an innocent bystander, being like, that is not working.
Yeah.
I've watched it not work.
Right.
And then I see when they go into this realm how well it works. I just want to share why it works and how it works.
Perfect.
Sweet.
Awesome. Thank you, Brad.
You're welcome.
See
Thank
you
you.
next week.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.